I'm going to cover several things here. I have composed a list. Now, this side, it's my current list is on the other side, but this is one I drew up a couple days ago. This is that half half wave dipole. It's a helical wound half wave dipole. It's wound on 20-foot piece of 3/4 inch PVC pipe. Those are easy to make, and I've made several over the years. Sometimes I might go into construction, but they're so easy to make. It's like well, sometime I'll cover it, but I'm not going to really give that down. There's that L-shaped one. That's just two pieces of 108 inch for CB. If you want a different frequency, like if you're going to use it, you got to sit and work out. There's formulas you can. They're all over. You can find the different formulas for the length of a wire. And if you want to go half wave or however you want to match it, you can custom tweak it with a SWR meter if you want. But anyway, the list I'm going to cover is on this side. I'm going to start out. Well, let's start off with Vanessa Blank because she talked about those two-way radios. Now, there's a number of different services that are legal in different countries, depending upon what part of the world you're in. Now, if I was going to, I'd say probably a more ideal survival radio, if you're going to talk to strangers, would probably be a citizens band radio, the 27 megahertz citizen band frequencies. Because, there's got to be a handful of other preppers that are going to have them. You just kind of, before a disaster hits, you have, groups organized. You figure out what type of communications you're going to use. And then, before the major event happens, you have something kind of worked out. This is the way we're going to handle it. There are groups doing stuff like that. You have stockpiles of survival food. I've got a little bit here. I could probably last a couple weeks on my stockpile of food without getting anything. Well, the water is going to be the thing that's going to be the most critical. And depending upon what disaster actually hits, you can't be prepared for everything. You can be prepared for most stuff, and that's kind of the idea. Let's see. I didn't watch the video yet. I just saw it here on YouTube. It's Laura's latest video with Nigella for me. Now, I'm going to cover my daughter Laura here in a minute. She's got a TikTok. Let me cover it while I'm thinking about her. She's got a TikTok channel. I've got a TikTok channel. My daughter is like Tink, Tink, and then it's Laura Kringle, Laura Kringle 360. If you want her TikTok channel, if you want mine, it's my personal name, James Godman. Now there's about two other James Godmans, but if you don't see my face, it's somebody else. Because there's a couple of other. I think there's one I set up years ago because there's another completely blank one. There's no videos there, and that may be one I set up 3 or 4 years ago and just never acted on it. Because when I set up this TikTok channel, when I set this up, there's already part of it set up. So I think it's something I'd set up and just didn't use it. But anyway, if you go to TikTok, I've got 6 or 8 videos on there. Some of them have my face on them, some of them have other stuff, but you can recognize it because it's me. I said my daughter, if you search Tink on, I think it's for Tinkerbell, because she's a big Tinkerbell fan. Anyway, it's Ozone, reading my writing here, downtown Phoenix. I covered that yesterday, but I was kind of wiped out. I was kind of tired. You probably tell my video because I didn't put my best work into that Ozone video. Now I need to get back down there and make a separate video. Now there's a lot of downtown Phoenix and around the area. It's kind of a shame that there's zones down there because the homeless people down there kind of spoil it. But there's a lot of very, very nice, very, very older homes that have been there over 100 years. There's some very, very. I've got a few from down there. I've covered the hospital, where I was born. It was Good Samaritan Hospital, and about a number of years ago, they changed from it's like Valley Medical Center or something. I don't know, some type of medical center or something to that effect. It's no longer Good Samaritan Hospital, but it's like 12th Street and McDowell, the one where I was born in Phoenix. Now, if you go just a little bit, if you go around that area, the same thing. There's some older neighborhoods, very, very cool older homes, around that area. And sometimes I need just to wander around in there with my camera and get some of these older homes. I did a little bit last time I was down there. Just got some of the older homes from some of those neighborhoods. But there's a guy could take and probably dedicate a YouTube channel just to older homes in Phoenix. I'm sure some of the other major cities of the United States could do the same. You could do the same thing. You could just dedicate entire video channels YouTube or TikTok or one of them, just to covering some of the older neighborhoods in some of the older cities. Now, Phoenix has got some much older homes that have been there. Very, very cool older homes. Just want to cover that. Sometime we'll get back down there for some of those old homes. Now, let me get back to for Laura. Her YouTube channel is not yellow for me. Now, again, I didn't watch that video. She's talking about Nancy Guthrie. Said that Nancy Guthrie is not the only chick that's missing. Now, it's very, very true. There's a lot of other people that are missing. What's missing people? I mean, people that go missing, you never know. Now, with Nancy Guthrie, I'm almost certain she was abducted. Now, what her current status is, I've been given the amount of time that's something that most people aren't saying, but I don't want to say this, but just the length of time, I just don't see this coming out with a good outcome. I really hate to say that, but just given the length of the fact that they really haven't heard much from the kidnappers and the length of time and the fact that they found blood outside her house, I just don't see this with a happy ending. I hate to say that, but that's just my gut feeling on this. Again, I mean no disrespect or ill feelings to the families or anything like that, because she is an older person that's loved by her family, but I just don't see us having a happy outcome on that. Just from just the way I see it, I don't have any personal inside information. I don't know any of the people. As far as I know, I don't know any of the people involved in this. But anyway, I've said enough about that. I covered Vanessa Blank, two-way radios. Now, like I said again, for Vanessa Blank, is in quite a number of different radio services, depending upon what you want. Around here, I would go with a CB radio, and then if I had some friends that I might go with one of the other services. You can buy different radios, two-way radios and different frequencies that are not real high power. You can here with the FCC, you can legally use them without an FCC license or anything like that. If you want some real high power radios, you do have to license them, depending on what you want. But if you just want random communication with strangers, CB radio is probably the better way to go here in the U.S. Now I'm going to get to Wandering Gypsy, Sarah, and her latest video. I'm going to start with she's talking about valley fever. Now the valley fever, it's a bacteria that lives in the soil. It was actually named for the San Joaquin Valley of the Central California. That's actually the name. They say that anybody that's born here or anybody that's lived here any length of time probably gets the bacteria and gets over it real quick. There's only a handful of people that have more than just moderate symptoms. They say that most people that get it get over it very, very quickly. But there have been a few people. There was one guy that had got valley fever so bad he had to move back to. He'd come from the eastern U.S. and had to go back because he just couldn't hack. Having caught valley fever and had been affected by it. And I remember some people that had some dogs, some big, real nice collies that had got valley fever real bad. I guess they just had to keep them on medication all the time to deal with valley fever. I said, if you're curious, you can probably look up all the symptoms and stuff. If you come here and you're somewhere else and get sick for a long period of time, yeah, it's definitely something you want to check out. But I think they can treat it with antibiotics if you get a more severe form of it. That's a couple of things I cover. Now, now she was making her latest video. She was having herself another tuna fish dinner. And chick, I know exactly what you're doing. You can tease me as much as you want. Chick, if you get sad and lonely, I'm serious. If you get sad and lonely and just want someone to talk to, just need somebody to talk to, I can do that for you. Now, if you send me an email, it's jamesgodman61 at Google, gmail.com, something like that. I need to get the exact address, exact email address, but I think it's at jamesgodman61 at Google. At Gmail. I'll tell you what, I'll post it later. So I've got the exact address. So if you send me an email at that address, I'll give you my phone number. If you want to talk to me, I can be there for you. Of course, you might send me an email and we exchange phone numbers and you call me up. I might say, well, I'm fine to talk right now, or I'm in the middle of a job. Give me a couple hours. And I swear to you, as a gentleman, I'll call you back and you can talk to me about anything you want. If you're sad and lonely, I've said this before and I'll say it again. more than likely you're not going to want to exchange communication with me. But just think about now if you become my friend first and we're friends first, if I find someone else, another chick, and we're in a committed relationship, you can always tell that chick, hey, that chick is that Sarah is just my friend and there's nothing romantic between the two of us. But if you wait too long and I've got a committed relationship with another chick, I gotta be faithful to her. I think we all know that. I just one chick at a time for me. That's the way I prefer it. I think I've covered enough here. Don't wait too long. If some other chick is interested, hey, we can just be friends. Whatever you game, whatever you want, we can do collab videos. If you just want to do a tag team video from the zone or the pretty neon signs from downtown Phoenix, or if you want to do a Geister Jaeger video with me, many of the places I've suggested, hey, let me know. Okay, or not. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it if someone doesn't want to contact me. Okay. I'll probably go take a shower, watch another half an hour video of YouTube videos that I've downloaded, and then go watch the Super Bowl and all the lame, stupid ads that I watched earlier. Now, maybe there's one ad that I didn't get to see that wasn't included in that bunch that I downloaded, and rises above the lame, stupid classification of Super Bowl ads, but I don't say this year of Super Bowl ads of rising to any glorious, how do I phrase this? I don't see them being magnificent and interesting. Okay, if any other chick wants to just be my friend, let me know. Okay, ciao. Back in Dios.